on a daily basis. There is a difference between a routine and a ritual, which is an intentional practice that has focus. A ritual can be performed by simply indulging in a simple act. It is an occasion for mindfulness and to be enabling you to focus on the moment and to be grateful. It can be just a simple act of drinking a cup of coffee or having a conversation with a friend or family member. By doing it mindfully, you are acknowledging your feelings and thoughts regarding the many gifts that life presents you with. Everyday life has its demands and is pulling us to do to-do lists. But a ritual allows you to engage with a regular part of your life in a different way. As you go through life, find a ritual that allows you to observe yourself and your interconnectedness. Do not lose sight of the fact that our lives are governed by reciprocity. There is a dangerous trend that has been progressing around the world that empathy and compassion are to be set aside. Elon Musk has called empathy, and I quote, the fundamental weakness of civilization, unquote. And many states across the world govern as though that is a seminal principle. Indifference to the plight of others, however, can never be a strength or the basis of a worthwhile life. You would have learned many different things at the university, but you have not learned enough if you do not believe it is your duty to treat others with dignity and to respond to them with empathy. There is nothing idealistic about empathy. It is an articulation of our shared faith. We live in a world that is defined by climate change, pandemics, and global interdependence. And to navigate that world without empathy is just not something that helps anybody. Our world was built from cooperation. We would not last long if we were left alone on the African. We are slower than apex predators, like lions. Chimpanzees, with whom we share 98.7% of our DNA, are 1.5 times stronger than us. Forget about elephants and rhinos. We can't swim as well as otters or fly. Our skin is delicate, as is our digestion. Yet somehow, our species survived. And scientists are now beginning to understand that was not technology, but cooperation. That is special to us as a human species, and that made the difference to civilization. It is because we work together that we are able to build the myriad parts that go into an aircraft or a computer, and these tasks would be impossible for a solo individual. As you go out into the world, keep in mind that the university you attended believes in a culture of honesty and compassion that makes a difference to the world. We wish you the best in your onward journey and look forward to having you again on campus and to being regaled with stories of the adventures and the ups and downs in life that you experienced. Take care. Godspeed to all of you.
Thank you, sir. I request the graduates to please maintain silence. Address by Sri M. Srivarat, Honorable President, GITAM, and Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha, Visakhapatnam Constituency.
Morning, everyone. I see that the students at this level are quite disciplined and are listening intently. But I think the students above are very excited about their graduation and busy chatting away with their neighbors. So my ask of you, can you hear me upstairs? So can you be silent and patient for the next hour and a half? Yes or no? Okay. Thank you. To all the distinguished guests on the dais and guests in front of me, I I missed my speech at the graduation last year because it was around election time. So I'm glad that I'm here back again. Numbers have swelled up a lot. We have more than 2,000 students graduating today. So we can't fit all of you in this hall. We can't fit your family members either. So some of this is being relayed to other venues, as you are aware. But I hope all of you are listening. We have some distinguished guests on the stage. I'd like to spend some time to speak about them. Firstly, our chief guest, Kiran Karnik ji. He was the chairman of NASSCOM at a time where skill development, matching employer needs to employer desires was still not very robust. For his services in that and others, he was awarded a Padma Shri in the year 2007. And he was the one that brought NASSCOM onto the map. And we're thankful to him for accepting our invitation to be here as the chief guest. And then we have 3 distinguished awardees for the honorary doctorate, each of them very accomplished in their own domains. We have Dr. Venkatraman, who was the head of IGCAR, a Center for Atomic Research, and his work in particular on non-destructive evaluation was used not just in material testing and atomic testing, but also in space, in all kinds of applications. A very distinguished career as a scientist. Thank you, Venkatraman Garu, for accepting our invitation to come here to receive the doctorate. And then we have a very favorite, someone who's also been represented in cinema, Mr. Arunachalam here. How many of you have seen the movie Padman? Raise your hands if any of you have seen Padman. Not enough number of you. So then today is going to be a good opportunity for you to hear his journey. Born in a very poor family, dropped out of school, was working a lot of odd jobs, got married quite late, at least that's the information that I have, at the age of 37. And when he got married, he recognized that his wife was struggling with how to manage when she had periods. And then that got him off on this pursuit on how do I solve this problem, because my wife is using materials which should not be used because she cannot use the whisper pads or whatever these corporates are offering because it's very expensive. So that led off on a decade-long pursuit of research, and today he's created a product under the name of the company Jayashree Industries, which is being offered to many rural areas of India, and the cost of this menstrual pad is less than a third of what is offered in the market. So I think the work that he's done is tremendous. It's transforming not just the experience of the women, but also the social taboo that many women face, particularly in rural settings. And then lastly, we have R. Venkateshwara Rao Garu. He's personally known very well to me, popularly known as RVR Garu. So he's a contemporary of my grandfather from Visakhapatnam, very successful industrialist. Typically what I have seen, industrialists who succeed in that era are not very good fathers. They're good businessmen, but they fail as fathers. But I have seen his family. We're lucky to have his son, his grandson, his family here in the audience with us. He was a very good father, a good grandfather. I think his son and grandson are also people, I mean, not that his daughter or granddaughters are bad, but because they're here in the audience, I'm speaking about them. Very good people, competent people, well-educated, balanced head. So he is that rare combination of a successful entrepreneur and a successful family man, successful father, which we find very seldom. And particularly in the last couple of decades, his emphasis on giving back to society. He runs a school for free in the Vijayanagaram district. And there are almost, I think, 700-800 students over there who get free education, spiritual awareness. and his outreach activities. One personal connection for me, in 2018, when my grandfather passed away, I became president of GITAM. I also became an aspirant for the parliament seat in Visakhapatnam in 2018. So normally when my grandfather is there, he's the one who's going to mentor me, coach me. But he was no more. So obviously you seek support of well-wishers and friends of your family. And amongst the tall leaders that existed in the city, he was one of the very few people who came forward to stand in solidarity, to support. So that's something that I value personally. I think it's important, right, as society, it's not just about caring for ourselves, our children, but recognizing that we have to provide shelter, support for others to grow. So he embodies these values. I'm glad that we're able to honor him today, and I'm glad that his family members, some of whom individually we would have invited as chief guests for some event on our campus, but because of him, they have come to see him receive this doctorate. So we're thankful to all the guests also who have come on his behalf. And to the students, the world is changing, as our Vice Chancellor, Professor Harold D'Souza, said. Some very valuable points. I hope you were able to listen to them. He was with IIM Ahmedabad as its director from 2017 to 23. He's joined us as Vice Chancellor about 6 months ago. In my time as president in the last 7 years, these 6 months, I'm feeling very different. Many things that I used to get involved in don't come to me anymore. The Vice Chancellor is handling all of these things himself, and that gives me a lot of strength to pursue my other path in public life. And I also feel that GITAM is in safe hands. I think in his leadership, our vision to not just be an excellent institution, but one that progresses on a path of honesty and compassion is something that I think we will realize in the not so distant future. We wish that all of you dream big. We wish all of you give back to society. And don't just look at yourself. Because it is a privilege for many of you to study in an institution like GITAM, where your parents are spending a lot of money to educate you. My ask of you is that you use this opportunity to leapfrog, be connected to us, but dream big. Don't just be worried about what job you're going to get out of graduation, but what you're going to do 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now. Our hope is that some of you should be here on the stage as a chief guest or as an honorary doctorate in the next couple of decades. That would make us proud. I hope you've had a great time in your time at GITAM. It comes to an end now. It was like a holiday, but now reality will strike. So get ready for that reality. I hope we have done reasonably enough to prepare you for that reality, but it's never enough. The world is changing rapidly. With the advent of AI, a lot of mundane tasks are being taken over by technology. Where you are going to distinguish yourselves is by exercising unique decision-making, and as the Vice Chancellor said, by cooperating with each other. You can't do things alone. So adapt yourself. This is just the beginning of your learning journey. I know many of you feel that your learning journey is ended, but this is just the beginning. Be connected to us as we keep changing also. Come back to us to learn short term. But in all of this, what I would like to hear, because wherever I go, I frequently hear that we have some GITAM alums working with us. They're very committed. They're working hard. They're growing in the organization. It makes me very proud. And I hope to continue to hear this about you all. I know that we have many more speakers ahead of me. So I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm very happy to be here in this special occasion in front of you. And I wish you all the best in your lives. To all the alumni, whether it be the PhD, the masters, or the undergraduate students, And we thank all the family members for placing your faith in GITAM, and we hope that you're happy with your choice. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring words, sir. Now I request Dr. Maithili to introduce the chief guest.
It is my absolute honor to introduce the chief guest for the 16th Convocation of GITAM, Mr. Kiran Karnik. Mr. Karnik has had a distinguished career spanning over 4 decades across government, business, academia, and civil society. Currently, he chairs HelpAge India and serves on the boards of NGOs focused on public service broadcasting, population, and development. Mr. Karnik's most prominent role was as president of NASSCOM, India's leading IT industry trade body. During his tenure, industry exports grew nearly 8-fold, and NASSCOM became a globally recognized brand, earning him acclaim as a key figure in advancing India's IT sector. Before NASSCOM, he was managing director at Discovery Networks in India, launching Discovery Channel in South Asia, and Animal Planet. From 1991 to 1995, he was founder director of the Consortium for Educational Communication, overseeing countrywide classroom broadcasts and other ICT initiatives under the India's University Grants Commission. Mr. Karnik has served on the boards of prestigious institutions, including IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Jodhpur, Ahmedabad University, and is founding chairman of Indraprastha Institute of Information Technology. He chaired the government-appointed board that successfully rehabilitated and sold Satyam Computer Services. He has also been a director on Reserve Bank of India's board and chaired its IT subsidiary, Rebit. Additionally, he contributed to key government bodies like the Scientific Advisory Council to the Prime Minister and the National Innovation Council. An MBA from IIM Ahmedabad and an honors degree in physics from Bombay University, Mr. Karnik began his career at the Indian Space Research Organization, where he worked for over 20 years. He held roles such as founder director of ISRO's Development and Educational Communication Unit, contributing to the India-USA Satellite Instructional Television Experiment and the planning of the INSAT system. He also worked with the United Nations in New York and Vienna for Unispace 82 and consulted for organizations like WHO, the World Bank, and UNESCO in Afghanistan. Mr. Karnik has received numerous accolades, including the Padma Shri, the DataQuest Lifetime Achievement Award, the DataQuest IT Person of the Year, Business Week named him Star of Asia, and Forbes selected him as Face of the Year in 2003. He received the Vikram Sarabhai Award for Educational Communication and the Frank Malina Medal for Space Education. He is also a distinguished alumni awardee from IIM Ahmedabad. A columnist and author, Mr. Karnik has written several influential books, including The Coalition of Competitors, Crooked Minds, Creating an Innovative Society, Evolution, Decoding India's Disruptive Tech Story, and Decisive Decade, India 2030, Gazelle or Hippo. It's an honor to have Mr. Karnik with us here. We once again thank you for gracing this occasion as chief guest.
Felicitation of the chief guest. Convocation address by the chief guest, Padma Shri Mr. Kiran Karnik, former President, NASSCOM.
Good morning and namaste to all. I'm grateful to GITAM, its president, Mr. Sri Bharat, and especially its vice chancellor, Professor D'Souza. Dignitaries on the dais, invited guests, audience, students, faculty, staff of GITAM, once again, welcome to all of you for this morning's event. For any university, the convocation is a major milestone in the whole academic calendar, marking the culmination of the joint efforts of students, faculty, and staff. I'm indeed privileged to be part of this event today. My words are first and foremost mainly to the young graduates today. My congratulations to start with, as you start on a new phase of your career, having completed one part of your learning cycle. Note, one part only. This is a milestone journey and marks an important movement onto the next stage. For most, it will be a transition from the comfort and conviviality of a setting which is familiar and been like a home for you for many years. You will now change to a different place, a world which is full of chaos, uncertainty, ever-changing, and very challenging. My congratulations also to two key groups: the faculty who taught, guided, and mentored you through your time here, and your parents or guardians who nurtured and encouraged you. They have sacrificed much to see you reach this stage. Do acknowledge this by showing them your affection, gratitude, and respect. Many like me would envy you. You begin your career at the most exciting time in a country that offers opportunities like nowhere else. You are indeed lucky. As the poet William Wordsworth said in a different time and context, and he was speaking of the French Revolution, bliss was it in that dawn to be alive, but to be young was very heaven. In more contemporary times, Barack Obama, former President of the United States, said a few years ago that if he had a moment in history to choose to live in, he would choose the present. And much more recently, Bill Gates, whom all of you would know of, has said, this is the best time ever to be alive. Very simply put, the best time to be alive. One reason for, I suppose, these statements, and certainly for my envy, is the tremendous range of opportunities available to you. Today, you can make a good living, even earn name and fame, and wealth too, for those so inclined, in almost any profession that interests you. No longer is the future tied to being an engineer or doctor, as it was in the days I was graduating, or a company executive if you were graduating like me from an institute, IIM Ahmedabad, where I graduated from. Today, you can be a chef, a sportsperson, a singer, musician, actor, comedian, filmmaker, dancer, writer, artist, or a host of other professions. In any of them, you will see opportunities. There's a caveat though. It's not that simple. You must excel. Mediocrity is unlikely to earn you much. They will only make a name. And to excel, you must be not just interested, but passionate about what you do. Your commitment will translate then into a willingness to work hard. And if you do excel though, you can be assured of the fruits besides self-fulfillment and satisfaction with what you're doing. The other reason for envy is the rapid leaps in technology. Technology has been always growing, and in my years of my career, I saw it changing, but never as fast as now. There are many reasons, of course, to be wary of some of the technologies and the direction in which they are leading. There's also much to worry about the technology eating up jobs. Certainly a concern for many of you who will be in the job market for many years to come. While this is true today, the fact which history bears out is that new technologies have always created more jobs than have been lost. And I underline this because there is sometimes a sense of gloom and doom, saying jobs are disappearing, what will we do? But history shows us that they've always created more jobs. There is, though, a lag, and there is pain in that. It doesn't happen overnight. Take examples like what you might see. Think of the introduction of computers, and as I address the youngsters here, you're too young to know of that. But when computers were first introduced, everywhere, but in this country in particular, there was great fear that jobs are going to go. That didn't happen. In fact, computers created far more jobs, as you know today. Or much more recently, and something you will all be familiar with, think of the gig economy, made possible purely by technological advances, more than anything else. Technologies like computers, mobile phones, position location, and software for order processing. All of this and much more has combined to create the gig economy, which is today creating the maximum number of jobs at various levels. The buzz today, whether in educational institutions, government offices, or corporate boardrooms, is about something that Mr. Bharat mentioned: artificial intelligence. I spoke about job opportunities resulting from new technologies like AI. I'll speak of that in a moment. Most of these will have job descriptions that are quite different from those today. These new jobs will require new skills. Your education has given you a strong foundation and skills that will enable you to get a job now, today. However, while your skills are useful just now for all this, it's only the former, a strong foundation, that will give you the wherewithal to do something that will be essential for the rest of your career. Continuous reskilling and lifelong learning, that is what will take you forward. And the foundation that you have now will help you to do just that. So, as you graduate, keep this in mind, that your learning is not over now. Today is not this culmination of a stage of learning where you're now finished your education and going out in the world to work, earn a living, be an entrepreneur, whatever. It is the start of the next phase of learning, which is much more self-learning, but lifelong, if you want to survive in this world of ever-changing technology. If I might pick an analogy, Professor D'Souza mentioned tennis, and a very, very interesting example of what Roger Federer said: don't look at what you lost, but what you can do. In the same way, if I give another analogy, not from tennis, but from cricket, and many of you, I hope, and I'm sure, are cricket fans, you'll see so much depends on the pitch. On the last day, in the last test at Lord's, 200 runs for a team like India with such great batting strength. What's the problem? And yet, the pitch played up, and of course, we made our own mistakes, and the bowlers were good, but we lost. Came close, but lost. But the pitch keeps changing. And that is life, that is technology, that is jobs. Your environment will keep changing. How well you can do depends on your core skills, which come out in a test match, not in a T20. And the core skills are what you have learned in your years here. The very foundation which will now enable you to keep learning. So what you've done is built a foundation and learned how to learn. What questions to ask, where to look for the answers, how to pick them up, how to grasp them. And this is what the future is all about. Amongst the range of technologies that have truly taken off in the last few years, artificial intelligence and its descendants, like generative AI, Gen AI, are the most disruptive. Last year, one of its offshoots, ChatGPT, which some of you may be using, took the world by storm. I'm sure many of you have seen the benefits of this and seen what it does. But few technologies, not even mobile technology, have swept across the globe as rapidly as AI or drawn as much interest and concern from all sectors: government, defense, academia, everyone around. Robotics and Gen AI have taken automation to a new level. It's now like the computer of yesteryear. No matter what your profession, you need to be able to use it. In fact, how well you can do so will be a crucial element of your career progression. Indeed, in safeguarding your career, no AI skills, no job, may well be the truism for all office and manufacturing professionals in the coming years. Even factory shop floors and lower level office work will require at least a modicum of AI knowledge and AI skills. Those who lack these skills will see their jobs being swallowed up by automation. Some of you might choose to be entrepreneurs and take that path to your future. You will become job creators rather than job seekers. You will need many skills and abilities, with AI being an important one. For all of you, irrespective of your job, artificial intelligence will be vital for upgrading and updating your skills. As I said, lifelong learning and AI will be a tool, irrespective of your profession. This is not to do with being a technologist, being an engineer, being a scientist. It is for any profession. One can foresee AI as an apt, like any other apt, acting as your co-pilot, you might say, helping and guiding you through your course material as you progress in lifelong learning. So self-learning material and this co-pilot, AI-based, will help you to learn and enhance your skills. It will determine through a few questions if you have understood some learning module. Accordingly, it will modify parts that you did not understand or did not comprehend fully, simplifying where necessary. And if your AI companion or your copilot determines that you've understood it, it will move on to the next module and will pace the material, the delivery, in a manner that suits your particular learning skills. So it will be very individualized learning, a great deal of self-learning, self-testing, and learning more and more through material that is automatically changed and delivered to you. These are the possibilities of AI. So as I said, irrespective of the profession, you will use this to upgrade your skills and your professional knowledge. This is rather like basic education at the very base level, the school level, where you must know your 3 R's. And today, as you know, in almost any job, except the purely manual ones, you need a knowledge of some amount of reading, simple things, but you need to know that. You need to know some amount of arithmetic just to do a transaction. So the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, become key to any job you're in today. In the same way, AI is going to be the foundation, almost like electricity, all around you. We all use it. You use it for a light and switch, a light and fan at home. You might use it in the office for the same. You use it for cooling and heating. You use it to power your computer. You use it for your refrigerator. AI is going to be like that in the future. And therefore, this importance of AI, not as a technology itself, but as something which you use as a tool in whatever you do. For those in AI, technologists in particular, exciting times lie ahead as we move from Gen AI to AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and ultimately to what is called ASI, Artificial Superintelligence. Your imagination will be the only limit for what it can do. Engineers will have to become imagineers. You will imagine. Routine engineering jobs will be done automatically by AI. You have to move beyond that, to imagine what can happen, to dream and create it. Programmers and software architects may become prompters. Those of you familiar with AI know the prompt. And what prompt you give is key to it. You will also have a deep responsibility. Keep this in mind, those of you working in this area. One aspect has to do with identifying and stopping so-called hallucinations. You know what hallucinations are? They're when AI basically generates wrong information or creates information on its own or picks up things which it feels you might want to hear. So watch out for hallucinations, and you will need people who guard against that. And your job as a technologist will be to make sure that doesn't happen. Also, there are other kinds of dangers, because of skewed data sets. The data sets are drawn from what exists on the net. And so you have things like face recognition being very, very good to match faces of Caucasian white males in particular, and very bad at matching faces which are dark-skinned, completely different races, and because there's not enough data, there are not enough pictures, so they have difficulty in that, and the error rates are very high. So if you use this for something, face recognition, for important things, something to be wary about as you move on. And now autonomous AI, as it is called, AI that works on its own, has entered the military arena in a big way. There are fears here of decision-making moving from humans to computers. Computers are undoubtedly faster and more accurate, but many things are judgmental and call for human intervention. For example, in a military operation, should a military installation be attacked when there are children right in the vicinity? Computer will decide one way, human judgment may take you the other way. I hope. Completely automated defense systems may well lead us into a dangerous escalating spiral as opposing forces try to preempt each other. Robotic armies may fight the battles of the future. While this may save human lives as robots fight each other instead of humans killing each other, it may result in a temptation to trigger a war on the slightest pretext. Like video games, such possibilities may make us more aggressive, and there's a lot of research data on how video games are creating more aggressive youngsters, particularly as many popular video games are about shooting and getting rid of the enemy, exterminating the enemy. And we may lose our human values: compassion, care, negotiating, adjusting with others. These are core human values which machines may not be able to mimic, even in a medium-term future. Who knows what will happen in the long term? Medium-term, machines are unlikely to be able to mimic this. And these are core human values. Professor D'Souza spoke about empathy. I didn't mention empathy. Another core human value, which machines will find very, very difficult to emulate, copy, or simulate. And therefore, these are human values which will continue to be important, and we need to take them forward. And those of you who are in technology and are creators or even users of AI will have a special responsibility to safeguard against the dangers of losing these human values and work towards an ethical AI. We need to collectively ensure that as Gen AI moves on to AGI and ultimately ASI, I mentioned artificial superintelligence, it has embedded in it what you might call ETH-AI, ethical AI. How do you ensure that it is ethical and in keeping with core human values? But I must say the excitement of the Indian context goes beyond the purely technological development and these concerns which I very briefly touched on. We are a country moving ahead rapidly on numerous fronts. The economic, social, and political arenas are seeing change and many advancements, many positive developments. Little wonder that people around the world think of this as a unique place at a special time as we move from a backward, poor country on to becoming a powerful and large, big, dominant country. Yet, amidst the euphoria of India's growth and its market, which we read about very often and hear in the media very often, I would say, you need to be aware of many realities if you're already not so. We are a poor country with possibly up to 100 million, yet living in officially defined poverty, and about 3 times that number who are yet illiterate. While we can be happy with our achievements in school enrollment, the quality of education is dismaying. Research studies have shown that, for example, a class 5 student can't read a class 2 textbook, or that simple arithmetic operations can't be done by a class 5 student. This tells you about the quality of education, though the numbers are in schools today. Millions graduate each year with no employable skill. Yet vocational education is looked down on, even as the demand for such core professions in vocational education as electricians, plumbers, masons, rises not only in India but around the world. But that's somehow shunned as not being important. We fare poorly in rankings on gender gap, on gender equality, and we are seen as among the lowest in the world. You may question the rankings, but the fact that there are large gender gaps is undeniable. At the same time, do keep in mind that as I mentioned these problems which may seem overwhelming, each of these is an opportunity in disguise. Every problem is really an opportunity in disguise, an opportunity to solve that problem. The challenge for you is to devise solutions for them. This will require innovation. Innovation in creating new products, structuring new processes, and thinking of new business models. Many examples, and I won't go into them, but I would urge you to keep in mind the overall mantra which has been popularized by some now, called MLM. MLM, remember those three alphabets. More from less for more. More from less is working efficiently. And this is what most managers, most people who are working in any area try to do. How do you get more from less? It's also a mantra for sustainability. Can we use less of the resources we consume? Whether it's water or coal or electricity, anything else which helps sustainability. So more from less. For more, very, very important. For more means how do you spread this? How do you get it to everybody? How do you reach the disadvantaged? How do you make the innovation inclusive? Like inclusive development, how do you have inclusive innovation as the first trigger for inclusive development? That is what the country needs. Sustainable, inclusive development. And this, I would urge you, is a challenge that you youngsters must take up. And this with embedded human values which I mentioned earlier. Compassion, caring, empathy, harmony, working with each other, working in teams, and not being too selfish. As we look at the country progressing, and I mentioned earlier that undoubtedly, despite my mentioning these problems, we are making progress. But I have some concerns. It seems that my generation has failed in many of these. Maybe the one that followed my generation too did. And it's up to you young people to correct this. We have become overly sensitive, very quick to take offense. Many parts of the country, many parts, particularly in urban areas, are dirty. And we have become a rude country. We are not a polite country. And when you go out, this strikes you. In some countries, how polite people are. In India, while people are nice, sometimes they're very rude. And I think you begin to see the difference. And to me, this is what marks development. It's not just economic growth. It's not the size of the GDP, not even the size of the per capita income. It is, are you a civilized society? Are you able to have care and compassion for your fellow human beings? Are you polite with others whom you don't know, complete strangers? Do you ask them and help people? I think these are things which are probably part of our earlier heritage. Somewhere we have lost them on the way, and we get worse and worse. And it's for you, youngsters today, as you go into the world and shape other things, be it technology, be it businesses, whatever you're doing. But whatever you do, keep in mind that just like the 3 R's are a foundation, just like AI is becoming the new foundational requirement, these are even more foundational. This is what everything is built on. This is what human society is built on. This is what we should be living for and proud about. These are challenges and opportunities then before you. Huge amount of prospects for what you do. Lots of problems, and each problem is an opportunity for you to take up, either as an entrepreneur or as somebody who's a working professional, or to create something new. It can be an artwork, it can be a poem, to put out something there which really changes things. And this, to me, is therefore a very exciting time and in a very exciting country. Before closing my words of advice to young people, let me once again congratulate you. Wish you all the best as you step forward. Keep in mind the words you heard from the earlier speakers, which I think had great depth, even if they were briefer than mine, which have been tended to be long-winded. I think this is very important as you go forth. So Today, on the other hand, today in particular, as you keep all this in mind, today is the day for you to enjoy and celebrate. So celebrate and enjoy yourselves. Before closing, I come back now to everybody, not just my young friends here. And I want to wish GITAM, which has done such long yeoman service for a large number of people in the country. And I was amazed to learn the number of scholarships given, the kind of thing being done here. I think it's an example for many, many other institutions of what can be done with initiative that comes from, very kind-hearted and very well-meaning and very positive individuals who built a place where there's a sense of caring for everybody, of taking the disadvantage with us, of making things possible for learning. And therefore, my very best wishes to GITAM as it moves forward to another, you might say, the next orbit. Mr. Bharat mentioned that he's seen a lot of changes in 6 months. I'm sure those of you who are yet studying here and those who are listening and will see more changes and even more progress in GITAM in the years ahead. You've got a lovely campus here. I've not seen your Vizag campus. I'm sure it's as lovely and nice. And, I think this is a fantastic place to be in. And my best wishes to GITAM as it moves forward. Finally, thank you to all colleagues on the dais and to all of you for your very patient listening. All the best to you. Thank you.
I thank the chief guest, Padma Shri Mr. Kiran Karnik, for his insightful talk. Award of Honorary Doctorates. Admission of Sri Arunachalam Muruganantham to the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters, Dilit.
Let Sri Arunachalam Murugathan be now presented. On behalf of the Executive Council of GITAM deemed to be university, I confer upon you the Doctor of Letters of this university, and in token thereof, you have been presented with this degree, and I authorize you to wear the gown and stole ordained as the insignia of your degree.
I'm happy to accept it, sir.
Sri Arunachalam Muruganantham, born in 1961 in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, is a renowned Indian social entrepreneur credited with revolutionizing menstrual hygiene in rural India. Moved by the discovery that his wife used unhygienic rags during menstruation due to the high cost of sanitary pads, he embarked on a mission in the late 1990s to develop a low-cost solution. Despite facing social stigma and personal isolation, he succeeded in inventing the world's first low-cost sanitary pad-making machine. His innovation enabled rural women to manufacture and distribute sanitary pads affordably, enhancing both hygiene and employment opportunities. His model is designed for the women, by the women, empowering thousands across India and beyond. Muruganantham has helped over 1 million women adopt hygienic practices with his initiatives now spreading to over 70 countries. He has received several accolades, including being featured in Times Magazine's list of the 100 most influential people in the world in 2014, alongside global leaders such as Barack Obama, Narendra Modi, and Pope Francis. He was awarded the Padma Shri by the Government of India for his social impact. His life story inspired the Bollywood film Padman, starring Akshay Kumar. Sri Muruganantham frequently delivers lectures at prestigious institutions such as Harvard, MIT, IIMs, and IITs, and was personally invited by Bill Gates to speak at a seminar on challenges in innovation in Seattle. His work continues to inspire global efforts towards menstrual health and gender equality. In recognition of his original and lasting contribution to the cause of women's well-being and empowerment, GITAM, deemed to be university, takes pleasure in conferring the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters, D.Lit, on Sri Arunachalam Muruganantham. I request Sri Arunachalam Muruganantham to give his acceptance speech.
The first award, I'll speak. Right. So good morning, everyone. So when I'm walking with this elite crowd of all doctorate people, really my eyes tears filled. Because I'm a school dropout, not even studied up to 9th standard. The English which I'm speaking is my how I never bother speaking English into wrong. Because it's not my mother tongue. My mother tongue is Telugu. If I speak Telugu in wrong, I should assign, not English. That brave makes me to speak English across the world. It's very simple. And then really I'm thanking a brave team of GITAM, selecting a man, that to a taboo field of menstruation. Now menstruation is getting doctorate. So whenever I'm getting accolade or any awards, you are not awarding Muruga, you are awarding the cause which we are doing about menstrual hygiene awareness across the world. Because this is a taboo subject, not even touched for almost 1,000 years. Nobody ever touched this. Accidentally, I born as a handloom weaver son in down south Tamil Nadu in Coimbatore. My father is a handloom weaver. Suddenly he died in a road accident. Then my mother became caretaker of the family. She tried to raise myself and two younger sisters. She is failed. That's why I stopped my schooling to help my mother. I became also helper. Then I became a proficient welder. Then at the age, I become age around 23, 24, I'm having a small own workshop. What is next? Even knowing everybody is suffering, it is very risky. Knowing everything, I also did the same mistake. One day I got married. That too, it is arranged marriage. It is a joint family. I don't know how many you know about joint family. Then from the day one after my marriage, I am managing my wife and my mother at the same house for 25 successful years. Many IIM graduates, they failed. People sitting in the first row, they know about what I'm talking. Then what happened, being a joint family, I can't speak my brand new wife. I tried to impress my brand new wife by offering some gift. Then one day I saw my wife name is Santi. She is trying to hide something. He is walking in front of me at lunchtime, putting on the back side. Then I thought the new wife playing with the new husband. I ran away behind her. I saw a nasty rag cloth with blood stain. Then understood being I born with two younger sisters, I saw that same bloodstained cloth in the backyard of my home. It's a thatched toilet, not even roof or door. I don't know in Andhra Pradesh you can see. Then I asked why you are this unhygiene method. Even I don't know to pronounce the word called sanitary pad. Something is there in the shop, why you are not using? She replied like slapping on my cheek. I also know about that. If myself, all your sisters, all women at our family start using, then we have to cut our milk budget. Then I get shocked, what is the connection between using a sanitary pad and buying a sanitary pad? Then I understood it's a matter of affordability. Then I try to give a sanitary pad packet by gift wrapping. So every time I'm giving a gift to my new wife, I used to gift wrap. Then I say, Kandu Musko, Itla Tirugu, Atla Tirugu, because I'm not a Shah Rukh Khan to give every time a diamond pendant. That's why I give a value addition packing the thing. The moment you open the packet, you saw the price 65 rupees. In 1998, you can buy 4 kilograms of rice, 6 liters of cooking oil. She shouted at me, go back and return that packet to shop. Who will take the return? Then I kept in my workshop. Then I tried to make an affordable pad for my own wife. Then you see, everything I did on my domain. My father is a handloom weaver. I'm having a rapport exposed with cotton. That's what the napkin I bought from the shop, I opened the napkin, I saw a white material. Then it's a very simple thing. A 10-gram cotton raw material cost in 1990 is 5 naya paise. But I bought that napkin every piece for 10 rupees, 11 rupees. That make me hunch, why not make an affordable bat? Then I tried to make it. While I'm making the napkin, I need a volunteer. You need women volunteer. Only wife is the victim. Then she also not, she won't give reply, feedback. She becomes shy, then I catch my younger sister, then they shout at me, then I try to catch the medical college student. They are also being a medical college future doctor, they're having hesitation to talk about their menstruation something. That makes me to wear a sanitary pad in my underwear. I can wear a sanitary pad, where can I go for uterus? I made an artificial uterus in a rubber bladder. I fit goat blood in it. I tied on my hip. While I'm walking and cycling, I made a press on the bladder, a dosage of blood will go there. This way I checked. I tried this for 13, 14 days. It became unnatural, but one secret I decoded out of this checking. The strongest creature created by God in the world, not an elephant, not a lion, not a tiger, the women. So any man having doubt, use wet sanitary pad in your underwear. You send your feedback to muruganandam_in@yahoo.com. Then I succeeded. After 9.5 years, I made a small machine. In between, I came to know this domain. Menstrual hygiene materials are made by only Americans and Europe since 1932 from First World War. But I never bothered. I made a small machine. Then I was introduced to IIT. I don't know the difference between IIT and ITI. Whenever I was there in Chennai IIT, I pronounced ITI. Muruga, please, it is not ITI, it is IIT. Oh, no, leave it, sir. I put I's and T's there. Then, again, there is a problem, student. You are going out to the society. On a particular day in IIT Chennai, there is a competition happening among IIT, best innovation for betterment of society. I am sending my machine for evaluation purpose to the engineers, being an engineering product. So, very first time I am seeing, male person not wearing full pant or half pant, Bermudas, without socks, Nike shoes. They are speaking English with whole body, hi, oi. But I never bothered because I am an engineer, not from a classroom of university. In the workshop, you studied engineering only 8 hours a day. I studied engineering 24 hours into 7 for 25 years. I am a practical engineer. Then that makes me, whatever the language you are asking, so this is the blade, it is 8% of carbon steel, this is an angle 15.15 sine theta, this theta. Then they accepted, it's an innovation. Only the problem, they go a little bit out to there, they're criticizing in English, why this man risking his own life? Because while I'm researching, because I use my medical college girls, my wife suspected I am running behind medical college girl. She separated, I got a divorce notice. Then one fine day, I am checking used napkin from the girls that my mother saw on a fine Sunday. She thought I become a psycho. Then the whole village thought I'm drinking girl's blood in the evening. There is a demon enter my body. They want to take out the demon from my body by hanging myself upside down in a holy tree. Then they will kill. So this is what happened. Now I'm in IIT. They are telling something, criticizing. What are you going to do with this machine? See, if you don't have answer something, you have a faith on your innovation, don't debate your vice chancellor or your department head or your girlfriend, boyfriend, your mamyar, mamanar, attagaru, mamagaru, nothing. So the practical proof. I took the machine not from IIT back to Chennai. I took the machine from Chennai to Madhubani in Bihar. Why Bihar? If you succeed at something, a field trial in Bihar, very well you can do it anywhere in the world. Okay. Then I succeeded. I am getting doctorate here now, the machine across 70 countries. So many doctorates. I am having awards and accolades in 15 full of boxes. That's what I said. I don't have a place to display, sir. You give a room, I can display in your university. People can come and see, they can get encouraged. Not a problem. So only the part of advice, I little bit ashamed, shy to give advice. So only one thing, I saw the difference between the Harvard or Stanford, this Ford, that Ford, anything. I was then all top 10 universities, from MIT to all. Only the problem, while I'm talking there in Germany, especially in Berlin. I said, you are all cursed people, no? Sir, why you are telling, we were born in Germany, what? I said, see, you want to find a problem, you need a magnifying glass to find a problem in Berlin. But I'm very much lucky, I born in India. Every step I put, I will get 100 problems. So very well I can become a solution provider. You are all lucky, you are getting graduated, you are going out. Please don't look for opportunity, look for a problem, try to give the solution to your problem, try to become a solution provider. Don't look for a job, don't look for make your life into cakewalk with the graduation. Graduation is not to get economical freedom. Graduation is the chance to transform the world. Go and transform the world. Every graduate going out from GITAM University trying to transform the world, just think about what happened to at least Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm giving this. I can stand here, sir.
Thank you for the inspiration, sir. Award of Honorary Doctorate to Sri Arunachalam Muruganantham.
రాష్ట్రంలో సంక్షేమ పాలన
Admission of Dr. Balasubramanian Venkatraman to the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
Let Dr. Balasubramanian Venkataraman be now presented. On behalf of the Executive Council of GITAM deemed to be university, I confer upon you the Doctor of Science of this university, and in token thereof, you have been presented with this degree, and I authorize you to wear the gown and stole ordained as the insignia of your degree.
I am honored to introduce Dr. Venkatraman Balasubramanian. Dr. B. Venkatraman is a distinguished scientist and former director of the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, IGCAR, Kalpakkam. With a career spanning nearly 4 decades, he has exemplified visionary leadership, pioneering research, and an unwavering commitment to India's second stage of the nuclear power program. He joined IGCAR in 1984 and rose through the ranks to serve as director, leading one of India's foremost multidisciplinary nuclear research centers with distinction. Under his leadership, several major milestones were achieved. An internationally recognized expert in non-destructive evaluation, NDE, quality assurance, and radiation safety, Dr. Venkatraman has made significant contributions across critical sectors. His work has enabled the life extension of defense aircraft and helicopter components, supported India's PSLV and GSLV space missions, and enhanced safety systems in major process industries. His pioneering use of thermal imaging for early breast cancer detection underscores his deep commitment to public health. He has also engaged in collaborative research with leading institutions in Germany and Russia. As a prolific researcher and mentor, Dr. Venkatraman has authored over 300 scientific publications, contributed to encyclopedias, monographs, and technical books, and mentored numerous master's students and about 15 doctoral candidates. His leadership extends well beyond the laboratory. He has held several prominent roles, including chairman of the Executive Committee Southern Zone, National Council of Science Museums, President of both the Asian Pacific Conference on NTT and the Indian Society for NTT, syndicate member of Tiruvalluvar University, and founder president of the ASNT India section. He is a recipient of the DAE Homi Bhabha Science and Technology Award for Individual Excellence, the INS Gold Medal, the ISNT Lifetime Achievement Award, and numerous other national and international accolades. In recognition of his remarkable contributions to science, engineering, and society, GITAM deemed to be university is proud to confer upon Dr. B. Venkatraman the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, DSc, honoris causa.
A very good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, my sincere thanks to this wonderful par excellence institution for honoring me with this doctorate degree. I deem it a privilege and a pleasure to accept the same, and I place on record my heartfelt gratitude to the president of this particular institution, Shri M. C. Bharat Garu, the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Management, Executive Council for this particular honor. And distinguished dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, students, parents, press, and dear graduates. I thought I'll just take about 5 minutes. And being from the Department of Atomic Energy, I feel that this particular honor rightfully belongs to all my colleagues who had been a part of this wonderful journey of about 4 decades, and of course to my family, my wife is here. Let me narrate. I started my journey way back in 1983 by joining the Department of Atomic Energy. We have what is called as a training school. Every year across the country, more than about 200 to 250 engineering and science postgraduates are chosen from across the country, and for 1 year they are given an orientation program, and subsequently on successful completion they are posted in the various units of the Department of Atomic Energy in a pay scale which is a class 1 gazetted officer scale. Why I am mentioning this is I would like to see many of the students from GITAM joining this particular institution, the Department of Atomic Energy, which I consider to be one of the most visionary departments founded by Dr. Homi Bhabha way back in 1948. And today, this institution has over 30 other institutions under it, the foremost being Bhabha Atomic Research Center in Mumbai, which is an institution of excellence. The Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Kalpakkam, from where I come from, is the second largest R&D institution in the country, focusing on the second stage of the nuclear power program. We also have the Tata Memorial Hospital in the healthcare sector. We have the Institute of Mathematical Sciences, etc., and the Nuclear Power Corporation, which focuses on nuclear energy. Department of Atomic Energy offers excellent possibilities, and I hope that some of you would definitely consider joining this. Let me narrate 3 particular incidences which has proved to be some sort of turning point in my life. I'm not going to touch upon what I did for the Department of Atomic Energy. I'll take one example from space. ISRO department with which we had excellent collaborations. Thanks to my mentor, Dr. Baldev Raj, a visionary person who of course is no more, who was in the scientific advisory committee to the then Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh. Well, it was in, I think, 2001 when the first GSLV was to be launched. GSLV was standing majestically on the launch pad. Early morning, the countdown had started. Just 30 seconds before the launch, it was aborted. It was discovered that the GSLV has a head-end segment and, of course, the various segments. There are 4 engines in the head-end segment. 3 of the engines developed the required thrust to move the rocket up, but the 4th engine did not develop the required thrust. If GSLV had taken off, according to Professor U.R. Rao, the former secretary of ISRO, Sriharikota would have been not there because it would not have the velocity to take off, escape velocity. And that means that the entire GSLV with the fuel would have crashed down. 10:30 in the morning, our director, Dr. Baldev Raj, receives a call. Can your team come and assist us in locating the fault? So 4 of us, me, my director, my group director, and 1 more person, we left for Sriharikota, and I tell you, it was a wonderful sight. We reached Sriharikota. It's about 3.5 hours journey, 6 o'clock in the evening with the sun setting at the background. It was a beautiful sight to see this GSLV standing on the launch pad. And remember, the challenge here was you cannot go inside the GSLV. You have to diagnose the fault from outside. There are hundreds of fuel lines running from the top to bottom, carrying the fuel. 3 hours of intense discussions with ISRO, Sriharikota, the mechanical engineers, etc. We isolated the fuel lines that give this particular engine the fuel. Then I used non-destructive testing, radiography, which was very challenging because I cannot go inside with the radiography source on one hand, film on the other. I cannot lean on it also. Using a crude, I cannot say robotic, a sort of articulated manipulator. We just isolated the line. 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was like eureka. I had found the line which had got blocked and through which fuel could not flow. 6 o'clock, Professor Kasturi Rangan and a small team of us were there in a closed-door meeting, and we told that this is the problem. They immediately gave instructions. 18 days later, GSLV majestically took off from Sriharikota. Well, that is one of the memorable incidences. The second was, all of us know that we are well familiar with the various temples in South India, and the bronzes of these temples have attracted immense worldwide attention for their aesthetic quality, iconometry, and casting quality of the highest order. Today we talk of technologies, but remember in the 5th century, 6th century, when there were no technologies, our masters, Tapatis, had produced beautiful bronzes which are there practically in all the temples, be it in Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, anywhere. And many of them are found in the museums of the world. 1995, there was a Puttur Nataraja which was stolen from India, and it was found and they wanted to get it back. The judge in London asked, how do you say that this Nataraja belongs to Tamil Nadu? You don't have any legal evidence, but circumstantial evidence by seeing the sand sticking in the bottom of it. We did spectroscopic analysis, compared it with the sands at the Kaveri Basin, and by circumstantial evidence it was got, and Department of Science and Technology gave us a project on fingerprinting of idols. We developed a fingerprinting methodology combining science, photography, history, and fingerprinted more than about 300 rare South Indian bronzes. Based on that experience, I got the opportunity to fabricate the tallest Nataraja in the world, which was gifted by the Department of Atomic Energy to CERN in Geneva. You can see, go to just Google, say Dancing Shiva, CERN. You will see this beautiful statue. And what does Nataraja symbolize with CERN? Nataraja, the Ananda Tandava of Nataraja is similar to the subatomic Brownian motion of particles. And I'll not go into the details, but this was again a very challenging one and very satisfying one. And third is healthcare. The second largest cause of cancer in women is breast cancer. So my mentor, Dr. Baldev Raj, said, cancer means heat. There is a lot of vascularity. So can you devise a methodology by which I can detect this cancer early using our nuclear technologies? So we had a thing called as thermal imaging. My wife here, she is a radiologist. So she said, yes, I would also support you. And we together identified a methodology for early screening of breast cancer. And remember, we had a young colleague, very young girl of around 25 years, where she had a lump in the breast. She went to the doctor. They did biopsy, and biopsy proved to be negative. But we, through our thermal imaging, told, no, this is a malignant one. And then subsequently, one of the top hospitals, they did 4-quadrant biopsy. 3 quadrants were negative, 1 quadrant was positive. 25-year-old girl could be taken for treatment, and today she is very well off. From there, it's took on slowly. But then the pace is not sufficient to cover the entire country. And I think there exists a good possibility for collaborations and societal application in this particular field. Well, students, you are all the graduates who are graduating today. You are stepping into the real world of complexities, which has already been indicated. The message I have for you is, be interdisciplinary in your approach. Be curiosity-driven and a bit innovative. My previous doctorate person, yes, he was innovative. And that has paid all the things. And be coherent, synergistic in your approach, and go on an unbeaten path. Here I always quote a poem of Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a wood. I took the one less traveled by, and that made all the difference. Keep abreast, like our chief guest has told today. Keep abreast and get updated. If necessary, adopt course corrections. And I'm sure that you will have a wonderful journey ahead. But remember 3 things in life. Never forget your parents. Never forget this institution and the teachers who have nurtured you. And last, never forget honesty and compassion mentioned by our president in all your thoughts and deeds. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors, all successes in your life, health, bliss, good health and prosperity. And I wish this institution, par excellence, many years of its societal service and commitment to the society, and all successes in all its ventures. Thank you very much, and thanks once again to the management for giving me this honorary doctorate. Thank you. Shala Dhanyavadalu. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Admission of Sri Venkateswara Rao to the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters, DLit.
Let Sri R. Venkateshwara Rao be now presented.
I'm honored to introduce Sri R. Venkateshwar Rao. Sri R. Venkateshwar Rao, affectionately known as RVR, is a distinguished leader whose visionary entrepreneurship has significantly shaped India's infrastructure landscape. As the founder and chairman of RVR Projects Private Limited, he has built the organization into a nationally acclaimed infrastructure firm known for its commitment to quality, innovation, and timely execution. With a steadfast commitment to nation building, Sri RVR has led the successful delivery of landmark projects across key sectors such as transportation, water resources, energy, and urban infrastructure. His leadership has been instrumental in establishing RVR projects as a trusted name recognized for both technical excellence and ethical business practices. Beyond his professional achievements, Sri RVR is a devoted champion of social responsibility. His philanthropic vision is exemplified through his role as chairman of the Rama School of Excellence established under the Ram Lal Prabhuji Education Trust. His noble efforts have enabled countless rural children to access modern digital classrooms, advanced learning resources, and a nurturing educational environment. By bridging the educational divide, Sri RVR is planting the seeds of a brighter and more equitable future. In recognition of his outstanding contributions to infrastructure development, his unwavering dedication to ethical entrepreneurship, and his transformative impact on society, GITAM, deemed to be university, is pleased to confer the honorary doctorate honoris causa of Doctor of Letters, D.Lit, upon Sri R. Venkateshwar Rao.
On behalf of the Executive Council of GITAM deemed to be university, I confer upon you the Doctor of Letters of this university, and in token thereof, you have been presented with this degree, and I authorize you to wear the gown and stole ordained as the insignia of your degree. Esteemed President, Chancellor and Vice Chancellor, respected members of the faculty, distinguished guests, my dear graduates and graduates, members of the press and electronic media gathered on the occasion, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a very good afternoon to you all. Today I stand before you deeply honored and proudly humbled to accept the honorary doctorate being conferred upon me. To receive such recognition from the esteemed institution is both a privilege and a responsibility. I accept this honorary doctorate with heartfelt gratitude and with all the humility at my command. Late Dr. M.A.S. Murthy Garu is a great visionary. He is both educationalist and an industrialist. He founded Gandhi Institute of Technology and Management, GITAM, in 1980. GITAM University enhanced its standing and now meets international standards. The proud legacy of late Dr. Murthy Garu is ably continued by his grandson, Mr. Sri Bharat, the present president, principal torchbearer of GITAM University, and member of parliament also. To be recognized by GITAM University, it is not only a personal milestone, it is also a solemn reminder of the larger purpose the nation building serves, more particularly when there is a clarion call for Amrit Call 2047. Being a civil engineering by profession, from the beginning my work revolved around a simple vision. The vision was to play a part in creation of world-class infrastructure with perfect quality and within the set timelines. Infrastructure which adds to and assists growth of not just the nation but even the society at large. Nation building, no doubt,
is gratefully influenced by the policies enacted and adopted by the elected governments. But we would also do well to remember the national building is not just the work of government alone, it's the responsibility of every citizen. This honor, though bearing my name, belongs to every community I have had the privilege to listen and learn from. It belongs to the frontline educators, the guides and mentors, the parents and grandparents who speak wisdom in quiet resilience, each of them a story, a testimony, a mirror of our collective conscience. I come from a very small village with humble background. Back in our days, we had to walk through paddy fields for about 6 kilometers to attend school. I did not want the present day students in the rural areas to face this problem. So I have established a school in Vijayanagari village, Jami Mandal, Vijayanagar district for the benefit of children hailing from below poverty line families. About 760 students from nearby villages are enrolled in the school presently. The school focuses on all-round development of the students. The school engages the students a lot of extracurricular activities besides their studies. And I am proud to say that all the students are doing exceedingly well in their academics. My advice to the graduates, never go tired of truth and your conviction. May your words never lose their courage, and may our success stories continue to build the kind of society we are proud to call our own. To the university, thank you for this tremendous honor. I accept the honor not only as recognition, but as a cue to continue my contribution. I therefore, on this occasion, renew my pledge to continue to channel my energies towards building the nation and serving the society with need, vigor, and childlike enthusiasm. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Graduates will now take the pledge led by Mr. Masheti Varshit.
Let the graduating students now take the pledge.
Good afternoon to all the dignitaries present and my fellow students. I am Varshit Masheti. It is my honor to lead you in taking this solemn pledge. Now I request all the graduates to please stand up and stretch their right hand forward as a commitment. I sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degree for which I am a candidate and for which I have been recommended, I will, in my daily life and conversation, conduct myself as a befit member of GITAM deemed to be university. I shall, to the utmost of my ability and opportunity, support and promote the cause of sound learning and strive to set an example of high principles and conduct. I will uphold and advance social progress of well-being of my fellow human beings. I will never make my knowledge subservient to unworthy ends. I will faithfully and carefully fulfill the duties of the profession that I am trained for. I will on all occasions maintain purity and reputation, and I will never deviate from the straight path of the honorable exercise. Thank you.
Let the pledge of the graduating students be considered as administered.
Acceptance speech by PG student Mr. Sheikh Mohammad Shujad Abdullah.
Good afternoon to everyone. Respected dignitaries, VIPs, esteemed faculty members, and my dear friends and beloved parents. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. I stand before you today with a mix of joy, gratitude, and a touch of nostalgia as we celebrate a major milestone in our academic journey, our convocation. And first and foremost, I would like to thank all the dignitaries, VIPs, for gracing this occasion and for inspiring us. To our faculty, thank you from bottom of our hearts. You are more than just educators, like you are our mentors, guides, and our supporters. Your unwavering support and dedication shaped not just our academic career, but also our lives. To my friends, I don't think I cannot thank you enough. You are the ones who made this journey entertaining, fun, bearable, and truly unforgettable. We laughed, we struggled, we celebrated, and even pulled all-nighters together. Then that's what made this journey special. Now, as a student from mechanical background, this journey was not always easy. Coming from a core engineering branch into CSE, and there was a moment of self-doubt, especially when adapting to new technologies, coding tools, interdisciplinary subjects, and that felt completely outside of my comfort zone. But with every challenge came growth. The facilities our college provided were the true backbone to this growth, whether it was the well-equipped labs, rich library, access to internships and industry connections, or even the supportive career guidance skill and amazing faculty. Everything contributed to where we stand today. Our college is not just a place to study, but a place to explore, innovate, and evolve. There were days of pressure, deadlines, back-to-back lectures, and last-minute submissions as well. But today, all of it feels worth it. And I must say, none of this would be possible without my father's hard work, my mom's prayers. The sacrifices and prayers were the foundation of every success that I have now. Let us go ahead with courage, gratitude, and a heart full of dreams, and let us never forget the roots that nourished us. Our college, our teachers, our families, and our friends. I'm gonna end this speech with a small quote from my favorite movie. इतनी शिद्दत से तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने तुमसे मिलाने की साजिश की है. It goes like, कहते हैं चाहे तो अगर पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है. कहते हैं अगर किसी चीज़ को शिद्दत से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है. Thank you once again to everyone who has been part of this unforgettable journey. Congratulations to all of us, and thank you, Jai Hind.
Award of degrees and medals.
Sir, please permit the deans and the heads of the schools and the institutes to present to you the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD degrees.
Let the graduating students be presented.
Admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Technology, and Bachelor of Technology. Students of the School of Technology will remain standing while the degrees are being awarded.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present to you the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Technology in Computer-Aided Structural Analysis and Design, Computer Science and Engineering, Data Science, Machine Design and Robotics, and Bachelor of Technology in Aerospace Engineering, Civil Engineering, Computer Science and Business Systems, Computer Science and Engineering, Computer Science and Engineering, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, Computer Science and Engineering, Cybersecurity, Computer Science and Engineering, Data Science, Computer Science and Engineering, Internet of Things, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Mechanical Engineering in the GITAM deemed to be university. PhD in Civil Engineering, Mr. P.M. Salim. PhD in Civil Engineering, Ms. Praveena Rao. PhD in Civil Engineering, Mr. M.R. Rajgopal. PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, Mr. B. J. Lakshman. PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, Chaitanya Udata. PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, Ms. Y. Shravani Devi. PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, Ms. Indira Linginani. PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, Ms. Chitta Hrudaya Niharika. Sairam Kotare. PhD in Mechanical Engineering, Mr. H. Ravi. PhD in Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Hazari Naresh. PhD in Mechanical Engineering, Ms. Sanduru Bhanu Teja. Next we have President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in MTech, Mr. Stevenson Battu. Gold medalists at undergraduate level. President's President's Gold Medal for the overall first ranker from all branches of BTech goes to Ms. Mahalakshmi Shivpur. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech ECE, Electronics and Communication Engineering, goes to Mr. David Uzoma. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech CSE goes to Ms. Rekha Yashasvi. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech CSC, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning goes to Ms. Simarpreet Kaur. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech Cybersecurity goes to Mr. Bharat Bhusal. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech Data Science, Data Structures goes to Aditi Vito Shanbag. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech CSC Internet of Things goes to Ms. D. Isha Chaudhary. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in BTech CSBS goes to Ms. P. Satvika Reddy. Now we have first rankers at PG level. First ranker in MTech, Computer Science and Engineering, goes to Mr. Sheikh Muhammad Sazood Abdullah. First ranker in MTech Data Science goes to Ms. Padam Venkata Mahalakshmi. The first ranker in MTech, Machine Design and Robotics goes to Mr. Atreya V. Nargun. Now we have PhD in Civil Engineering, Mr. Indana L. N. Prasad, please. Thank you.
Students of School of Technology may now be seated. Admissions to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Commerce honors. Students of GITAM School of Business will remain standing while the degrees are being awarded.
I present to you the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration, Business Analytics, Bachelor of Business Administration, Financial Markets, Bachelor of Business Administration, Management Accounting, and BCom honors in GITAM deemed to be university. Doctor of Philosophy awardees, PhD in Marketing, Mr. Trinamoy Das. PhD in Accounting and Finance, Ms. Pujari Neha. Now, gold medalist for PG awardee, President's Gold Medal for first ranker in MBA, Sneha Agarwal. Gold medalists in UG awardees. President's Gold Medal for first ranker in BBA Business Analytics, Thoda Sakita Persis. President's Gold Medal for first ranker in BBA, Ms. S. Lakshya. President's Gold Medal for first ranker in BBA Financial Markets, Kanchi Bhavna. President's Gold Medal for first ranker in BCom Honors, P. Venkatasai Shivani. President's Gold Medal for first ranker in BBA Management Accounting, Agatha Catherine. Anugrah Catherine. Thank you.
Students of GITAM School of Business may now be seated. Admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science, Bachelor of Science. Students of GITAM School of Science will remain standing while the degrees are being awarded.
I present you candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science in Analytical Chemistry, Organic Chemistry, and Data Science, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Computer Science with Cognitive System, Food Science and Technology, Statistics, Bachelor of Optometry in GITAM, deemed to be university. Doctor of Philosophy awardee, PhD in Applied Mathematics, G. Tirupati. PhD in Applied Mathematics, S. Indra. Applied Mathematics, PhD in Applied Mathematics, Srinivas Reddy, Shomi Reddy. PhD in Applied Mathematics, Harika Burgula. PhD in Applied Mathematics, R. Vijayasri. PhD in Applied Mathematics, R. Horikishar. PhD in Chemistry, Y. Kali Shivali. PhD in Chemistry, Naga Mohan Malishetty. PhD in Chemistry, Srinivas Reddy. PhD in Chemistry, O. Sanjana. PhD in Chemistry, B. J. Reddy. PhD in Chemistry, Josna Menda. PhD in Chemistry, Shirisha Bandi. PhD in Chemistry, B. Veluri. PhD in Chemistry, D. Abhilasha. PhD in Chemistry, K. Chandra Prakash. PhD in Chemistry, P. Yanda. PhD in Chemistry, S. Srikant Reddy. PhD in Chemistry, Chinta Srinivas Reddy. PhD in Chemistry, P. Manjira Singh. PhD in Chemistry, K. Suresh. PhD in Chemistry, N. BBD Praveen Boy. PhD in Chemistry, Mohan Pasham. PhD in Chemistry, P.L. Madhuri. PhD in Chemistry, Lavanya K. PhD in Chemistry, Shuri Reddy. PhD in Chemistry, Shimachalam Golde. PhD in Chemistry, K. Deepak Chandrakant. PhD in Chemistry, Dibbakumar Bemodi. PhD Chemistry, Y. Chiranjeevi. PhD in Electronics, B. Suhasini. PhD in Electronics, P. Lavanya. PhD in Mathematics, P. Kamala. Sir. PhD in Mathematics, Srinivas N. PhD in Mathematics, V. Lakshmi Dipti A.B. PhD Mathematics, Deepika A.R. PhD in Mathematics, Surjavardhani. PhD in Mathematics, Alanki Dibba. PhD in Mathematics, C. Mangama. PhD Mathematics, Lavanya K. PhD Mathematics, N. Annapurna. PhD in Mathematics, K. Bhavani. PhD in Mathematics, Mangapati N. PhD in Mathematics, Muhammad Imam Pasha. PhD in Mathematics, Ramanjana K. PhD in Mathematics, Shapna D. PhD in Mathematics, V.U. Kakarla. PhD in Mathematics, Malika Chitru. PhD in Physics, C. Kollani. PhD in Physics, G. Radhika. PhD in Physics, G. Nilima. PhD in Physics, P. Usha. PhD in Computer Science, P. Srinivas Murthy. PhD in Computer Science, Shapna S. PhD in Computer Science, K.V. Saraswati Devi. Gold Medal PG awardee, President Gold Medal for Fast Ranker MSc Data Science, A. Shai Kirtana. Gold Medals for UZ awardee, President Gold Medals for Fast Ranker BSc Chemistry, A. Shai Kishore Raju. President Gold Medals for Fast Ranker BSc CSCS, A. Sriram. President Gold Medals for Fast Ranker BSc Food Science and Technology, Balu Tannami. President Gold Medalist for Fast Ranker in B Optometry, Shufia Mukskan. Fast Ranker PG Awardee, Fast Rank MSc Chemistry, Mona Lisa Shao.
Students of GITAM School of Science may now be seated. Admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, and Bachelor of Arts. Students of GITAM School of Humanities and Social Sciences will remain standing while the degrees are being presented.
I present to you the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts in Applied Psychology, Economics, and English, and Bachelor of Arts in Economics, English, History, Mass Communication, Political Science, Psychology, and Visual Communication in the GITAM deemed to be university. PhD in English, Shailaja Iswara. President's Gold Medal for First Ranker in MA Applied Psychology, Rachirla Dimple Rohita. President's Gold Medal for First Ranker in BA Economics, Chintakuntla Sai Rakshita. President's Gold Medal for First Ranker in BA English, Sai Vigna. Sai Vigna. President's Gold Medal for First Ranker in BA Mass Communication, Katiki Likhita. President's Gold Medal for First Ranker in BA Political Science, BA Political Science, Dudipala Sahiti. President's Gold Medal for First Ranker in BA Psychology, BA Psychology, Mummed Lakshmi Sivanshi. First Ranker in MA English, CH Unnati Varsha Singh. Thank you.
Students of GITAM School of Humanities and Social Sciences may now be seated. Admission to the degrees of Master of Pharmacy and Bachelor of Pharmacy. Students of GITAM School of Pharmacy will remain standing while the degrees are being conferred.
I present to you the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for the admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Masters of Pharmacy, and also Bachelor of Pharmacy in the GITAM deemed to be university, PhD in Pharmacy, Sabima Sultana. PhD in Pharmacy, Lola Siddharth. PhD in Pharmacy, Akula Saujanya. PhD in Pharmacy, M. Radhika. PhD in Pharmacy, Vani Madhuri. PhD in Pharmacy, Tandrima. PhD in Pharmacy, Mrunali Devi. PhD in Pharmacy, B. Vijay Nayak. PhD in Pharmacy, Chakala Bhargavi. PhD in Pharmacy, Swati Nalla. PhD in Pharmacy, Deepthi. PhD in Pharmacy, Udaya Chandrika. PhD in Pharmacy, Ashish Kumar Pal. PhD in Pharmacy, P. Swati. PhD in Pharmacy, M. Himabindu. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in Master in Pharmacy, N. Lalita Devi. President's Gold Medal for the first ranker in B Pharmacy, Divya Reddy Tumma. Thank you.
Students of GITAM School of Pharmacy may now be seated. Admission to the degrees of Bachelor of Architecture. The students of GITAM School of Architecture will remain standing while the degrees are being presented.
I present to you the candidate whose names are here and submitted for admission to the Bachelor of Architecture in the GITAM deemed to be university. President's Gold Medal for the first prize in Bachelor of Architecture, Ms. P.K. Kirtana. Thank you.
Award of Best All-Rounder Gold Medals.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me to present the Best All-Rounder UG and PG candidates. Best All-Rounder Gold Medal in PG, Sheikh Mohammad Shujad Abdullah. Best All-Rounder Gold Medal, Undergrad, Mashetti Vashist.
Admission.
Sir, I now request you that the candidates whose names are herewith submitted and those in absentia be admitted to their respective degrees.
Signing the record of degrees by the Vice Chancellor.
On behalf of the Executive Council of GITAM deemed to be university, I admit the students presented to me to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Pharmacy, Master of Science, Master of Technology, Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Commerce Honors, Bachelor of Pharmacy, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Optometry, and Bachelor of Technology. In token thereof, you have been presented with these degrees, and I authorize you to wear the stoles ordained as the insignia of your degrees. I permit the registrar to confer degrees on the candidates in absentia and authorize them to wear the stoles ordained as the insignia of their degrees.
Vote of thanks.
I now move that thanks of the convocation be tendered to Padma Shri Kiran Karnik for the convocation address. Thank you so much.
I now dissolve the convocation. Thank you, everybody.
I request all to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Retreat. All the members of the audience are requested to remain standing while the procession retreats. The formal proceedings of the convocation draw to a close here. Award of individual degrees will commence from 2:15 in the afternoon. I repeat, award of individual degrees will commence from 2:15 in the afternoon. All the graduates are requested to be seated in their allocated seats by 2:15.
fully enthusiastic and fulfilling their dreams, especially during this 2 years tenure. They have done a really fantastic job in aiding the society, not just by learning, but also by doing and giving back to the society.
When I met them in their last term, when they were having change management course, I was surprised to see that all of them were talking confidently, communicating confidently without fear, coming onto the stage and communicating. I was feeling very happy to see them perform at that time.
This is the batch. Definitely that will bring the change we are expecting in the school.
I really wish them that they should not forget from where they have come. They should stay humble. They are way more capable, way more stronger, way more active and what they actually credit for.
One suggestion that I would like to give to this graduating batch is keep learning. Be an inquisitive learner. All the best to you all.
I had one of the best years of my life at GITAM, and I have become a better person compared to myself when I was in the first year, and I've become more self-disciplined because of the hostel. Thank you so much for that. So thank you, GITAM, for giving me this opportunity to talk about my experiences, and thank you so much for giving me the platform for my future.
Looking back at GITAM has been so much more than just a university for me. It has been my launch pad, the canvas, and the most important, my second home. Without any exaggeration, I'm going to say that it is my second home. Thanks to the constant support from my faculty, mentors, peers, friends, and everyone, I slowly understand how to connect the dots in the plain paper. So because every dot has its own value, and I just connected what are the really essential for me.
My time at GITAM has been nothing but short of beautiful memories and moments. From the very beginning, the warmth and support of the faculty made a huge difference in my journey. Each one of them has played a unique role in shaping the person I am today.
Coming to a new college and joining few clubs was indeed a new change for me. And my club mates, my friends, and my seniors in the clubs, they all helped me out, and which was a great thing to happen to me, and I loved it. The challenges which I once feared became my part of my life.